The man did push-ups with a huge stone on his back to build up his arm strength. When he had trained his back ribs to stick out, he started doing difficult handstand push-ups. He practiced like this day after day. Soon his arm strength had become very powerful. Then he took an old woman as his teacher. The teacher took the man to a pool of butter. She jumped onto the butter and began to use her martial arts. No matter how big her movements were, her feet could stay steady on the butter. Seeing his teacher perform so easily, the man also wanted to give it a try. He leaped forward, but he fell onto the butter. He struggled to get up, only to fall again. The teacher was very amused. It turned out that the man's legs had no foundation. So, in order to learn this skill, the man put on shoes made of pure iron. Then he carried 2 iron buckets to fetch water from the river. Faced with this weight, he had to carry the water from the bottom of the mountain to the top. This was the basic test to enter Shaolin. The man had to fill the bucket at the top of the mountain within 5 hours. Soon the man was so tired that he could not move. He had to put down the buckets. But as soon as the buckets touched the ground, all the water spilled out. It turned out that the bottom of the buckets was designed to be conical by Shaolin so that the disciples could not be lazy. With no other choice, the man had to go back to the river to fetch water again. Soon the 5-hour test was over, but the man had only filled half the bucket. At this moment, the abbot came over. Seeing that he had only filled half the bucket, the abbot was very angry. The man was so scared that he knelt down and admitted his mistake. Seeing the man's determination, the abbot decided to give him another chance. With the lesson learned, the man did not dare to rest for a moment and soon filled the bucket. After continuous efforts, even if he was tripped by a stone by accident, the man could still hold the bucket steadily. Soon he could stand steadily on the butter and learn all the teacher's martial arts. But the man wanted to challenge the most difficult level in Shaolin. He tightly hugged a stove. Although his hands were smoking from the heat, he could not let go. This was the first level. Soon the man used his strength to move the stove to the designated place and passed the first level. The second level was made up of hundreds of wooden figures. If he touched them by accident, the mechanism would be activated immediately and the wooden figures would start to fight. The man was not scared at all. He had to pass this level before the incense burned out. Faced with thousands of punches and kicks, the man could still cope at the beginning. But as time went on, the wooden figures increased their attack speed. Soon the man began to feel a bit strained. With time running out, could the man pass this level?